Ooh, it's Vlogaday 544.
Guten Morgen, meine Friends, meine Freunde. It's French Friday. It's not even French Friday because we're not even going to talk about French stuff. Obviously, we started the day in German, so that's not a good start for that. I'm trying to knock out the last bottle on the wall, which is full-time creative. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, or maybe this is the first time you've ever seen a vlog of mine in particular, those bottles on the wall represent goals that need to be updated on the board below them. They're things we're working towards that hoping to hit this year. Yeah, all of them. We're hoping to hit all of them. Actually, at the beginning of this year, most of them. And the last one, the one that we have talked about in portions, but we've never fully talked about, is what I'm envisioning for a full-time creative life. Like, what does that mean? When I say that I want to go full-time creative, what does that mean? Is that a job? Is that a lifestyle? Is that just a really nice thought? That's what we're going to talk about today. Speaking of which, I'm going to go to KB Coffee this morning and I'm going to write, but I'm probably only going to write for like a couple of hours because then I need to transition into translation mode. I got a new script from Nick yesterday that I need to translate. I don't have the documentary. I have like the version that doesn't have any voices over it. It's not particularly, it's somewhat helpful so I can at least see what they're talking about, but I won't be able to hear the timing of it. So, you know, that's kind of a problem when you're translating, just a little bit. Not a huge one, but a little bit. So I'll get as far into that as I can today. And then that's pretty much it. Yesterday I started feeling really overwhelmed for some reason, and I have thoughts on that too, but we'll get around to it eventually. Today we're talking about creative bottle. I just spent a few hours working on translations. I did a new script that I hadn't translated before and then went back over notes that Nick sent me for another script I'd already translated, which is good. It's really good to get feedback from him because it's actually pretty difficult to do a full translation and then get a complete sense of exactly how it sounds after having done the translation because you're just so close to the translation that you, I guess, have kind of too good of an idea of what's going on to be super clear. I don't know if that makes any sense, but he gave me some good ideas for refining it and making it a little bit better. But the creative life that I want to lead. In simple terms, living a full-time creative life or being able to live full-time on my creative work would be just that. It's basically making money off of YouTube and my writing to the point that that's all I would need to do to make a living, which sounds simple, but it's not. It's not easy, nor does it happen directly. But more importantly, it's where it gets me as far as what I want to be doing with the rest of my life beyond just working. Also, we're at Coffee Top because I need to make a bunch of copies. Success. Printing off tax information and stuff's never like the most exciting thing ever, so there you go. The thing that I really I think that's actually, I'm kind of freaking out today a little bit, partially because of the immigration scenario and the fact that I'm gonna go see a lawyer about it tomorrow. That's good. I'm looking forward to that, but I think it's more what it translates to in a way. Like it indicates the potential of certainty in situations that have been anything but certain for a really long time. I feel like I'm transitioning out of a lot of uncertainty in my life into phases of what could be construed as certainty if I really bought into the idea that anything was certain right now. And that's part of it too. I feel like my belief in the concept of like certain realms or like stability within life has been pretty significantly undermined in some ways. I'm not sure. Am I making any sense? We'll revisit this in a second.
there are a lot of things that I wish I could be doing with my life that I haven't been able to because I just had to work incessantly to survive for years, right? Like endlessly. And a lot of that was on projects that I chose with the hopes that they'd pan out in the future, but you never know at the same time, right? As I'm coming up upon a period of my life where I've got a lot more time on my hands, which is really nice. That's part of it. These girls keep thumbs upping as they go down the stairs. Part of it is I don't know exactly, I want to make sure that I put that to the best use. And that's why I'm going back to making sure that I'm writing every day, or as close to every day as possible, because I want to make sure I get these books done. I have a lot of books that I want to write. So it comes down to like prioritizing. I haven't had time to write, or the energy really to write for a long time. And now that I have both some time and energy to pour into it, I think I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed. And I think what makes it scary, I think the whole immigration thing is made scarier, or feels scary right now, because it highlights for me how close I am to having a life, or having a platform on which to build a life that I want for myself. It's a better way of putting it. I'm this close to having it, and it's still not secure, and it could just be taken away at any moment. Which, on the one hand, is true of all of life. Like, we never know where we're going to end up. We never know how things are going to come together or fall apart. So that's no different. But to have finally clawed my way into a position to have something that I really want, from which so many good things have sprung, and from which I imagine so many more good things will come. The idea of walking into an office and having them just say, nope, you can't have this anymore, as unlikely as that might be, the fact that that's still a possibility is terrifying. And I think that's what's weighing on me a lot today. Because being in Paris does provide a platform to build that creative life, or that livelihood from creativity. Let's find a better spot for this. This doesn't look promising. I don't know if I made any sense just a minute ago, but I've been thinking about it on that incredibly packed train ride. I don't know what that was about. I think it's this weird combination of, like, it's not self-sabotage exactly, but it's this weird combination of going from, like I said, overtime survival mode to having a little bit of space and a tiny bit of money, and I'm feeling kind of paralyzed because of that. Because I think it's really good examples when you have so little time or so little money, it really focuses you in on exactly what you need the most. So at the time, like, it really focused me in on, like, I need to keep vlogging. So I sacrificed a couple different things, like time spent writing. Now I have more time, so what do I spend it on? I do have some work I need to get done, like translations that pays, and I do need to make money. But then I have all this other time, so it's like, when do you translate? And when do you spend your time and energy on writing a book or rewriting it? When do you invest in that future over spending time what you should be doing right now for today? That's like one example. But when we start off the day thinking about like going full-time creative, that basically means getting to a place where the things that I want to be doing are what I make money doing anyways. So whether that's making videos or writing books, whatever it is that ends up paying the bills, those are things that I would be doing anyways, which means that 40 hours of a work week that you put in is now all that time you would have been putting into your hobbies anyways. And that just carves out all this space that was put into actually working to survive. And then what do you do with that time? And I have this image in my head of like hopping on a motorcycle, taking my computer, like a drone, a camera, heading out into the French countryside and just pinballing around the countryside, stopping in random little villages, making videos as I explore and discover things and meet people, and then at the same time getting some writing done and being able to travel and see more, because there's so many ways you could spend your time. But especially because I'm young, I'm single, I'm free to kind of explore. Like, it's a really good time to just keep knocking down new countries, finding new things, meeting new people, trying new food, whatever it is. And because of that, I don't know, I'm just like, I'm still scared to pull the trigger, because even though I've got a little bit more space, money is steadily becoming less of an issue, that horizon is opening up to me. The possibilities are opening up to me. And now I have to actually prioritize them. It's no longer about like, what is that number one thing that's going to keep me going? That's like the main thing I want to spend my time and energy on, because I don't have any else to spend. All of a sudden to being like, well, I could spend my time and energy on all these things, but what are the ones that are the highest priority? And what do I want to fall into the most? This isn't where I intended for this bottle discussion to go today, but this is where my mind has been for the last couple of days, and it poignantly so, obviously today, because I've been sitting and thinking and feeling a little bit overwhelmed, But putting my thumb on it really helps me to feel a lot better. Thank you, e-therapist. But that is the thing where it's like, man, what is this future going to look like? And what do I want it to look like? Because I have all these ideas, things I want to do, places I want to go, people I'd like to meet. But how do you actually coalesce all of these abstract ideas that have been forcibly abstracted for a long time? I haven't had a choice because, like I said, I haven't had the time or the money to do anything beyond like focus on one creative outlet at a time. Otherwise, I've just been trying to survive. What do you do with that once all of a sudden the constraints that were on you are lifted and now you are able to actually look around and pull together something that you want for a future? And that's a lot of what I've been thinking about lately. I really hope that made sense. I guess we'll find out when I edit this, but if it doesn't make sense, I'll try to make sense out of it as we go. So that bottle gets opened the day that I start making about 2,000 euros a month on Patreon right now is where it's at. Obviously, if I sell Agnar's box and it happens to be for $1 gajillion, we can pop that other one early. But the goal is that the recurring income on Patreon is at about $2,000 a month in euros, so about $2,500 a month. Because if we get to that point, then that's more than enough at this point for me to live and explore and do all of the things that I think will make the vlog even better at the same time as fulfilling my own life. And I think that's the interesting part, is trying to figure out a good balance between like making good content, making a fun vlog, taking you guys around Europe, around the world, and also doing it in a way that actually satisfies the needs that I have, and not letting the vlog dictate my life so much as making sure that my life continues to dictate the vlog, even if the vlog informs my life and helps me to make some decisions to make sure that the videos are good. There's a lot of high level stuff going on in here today. Let's go for a run and see if we can sort it out even more. Six miles at something like an 8:50 pace. I didn't actually check, but 6 miles at definitely under 9 minutes. Killed it. Feels great. Now I need food. The difference as well is that it's not about using your creative talents just to make money, right? Back on the creative living side of things, but that you'd actually get paid to make what you want to make. That's the ultimate dream, right? That's the goal, that I would get paid to write the books I want to write or make the videos I want to make. Like these are fun. I love this. Rather than, hiring yourself out to use those talents to make money, make other people's videos or write books for other people, write articles or whatever that is. That's a big differentiator as well. I've done that. I've had numerous creative micro careers and freelanced over the years, and it's good. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but of course ultimately the goal is to keep those creative pursuits centered around the things that you want to be creating, because I don't have enough time to create the things I already want to create, let alone spend more of that time creating stuff for other people. That makes sense. So that's an important differentiator as well. But while we wait for food to be ready, I'm gonna try and find a light. Anna pitched in some cash monies for a new light so that we're not talking in the dark all the time. And since it's sold, I thought I'd walk around and see what I could find. This place looks like it might sell lights. Oh yeah. Something in here might work. Okay, the options might be a little bit more artsy than helpful. In particular, she was showing me this one. It's quite the effect on the skin there if you show it. And the bananas were just a little too suggestive. Might not be making it on this one. No, that was a fail. And they didn't know if there's anywhere else nearby. We got like 20 minutes though, something like that. We'll just take a short walk around, see if we find anything. And if not, we'll do a more intense light search tomorrow, maybe? I don't see anything. Although everything's on sale. Look at all these clothes, you guys. All of it on sale. And nobody shopping. Like, you could have entire stores to yourself right now. Nobody around. Whoa! What? How did they not know that was across the street? That was easy. The grand irony of asking next door and then being like, we don't know, and then here you are. This is like light heaven, basically. Boom, hot success. Look at that. Now I just gotta get it home without accidentally breaking it on a traffic barrier. And we have to figure out if that was actually the owner of the store or not. She said she was. How did they not know that was across this? I don't know if I buy it, but I guess we'll find out at some point, I'm sure, to go back in there to get more lights, because lights are exciting, and at some point I can't wait to have lots of lights in my tiny little room. Yeah, the small things in life, they make all the difference. So thank you, Anna, for the light. Thank you very much. They gave me a deal on it because there's a scratch on it, so they gave me 10% off, which made the light and the light bulb cheaper than just the light itself in the end. The lamp, I should say. Very kind of them. It was the display model. It was the last one they had, so that's really exciting. All right, now we can, you know, cut to, I don't know, me talking in my room with my face well lit. Not quite as bright as I thought it was gonna be, but if we move this over here so it's not quite so harshly, how's that for it? It's not exactly where we wanna be yet, but boy is it an improvement. And I like this light a lot, it's actually really cool. It's classy, yet still LED. It doesn't look LED, but it's still an LED. Look at this. That's an LED light. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, the bars, oh, the bars. Okay, we're not doing that. Oof. Sorry, that was painful. But it's a nice light. I can kind of see myself in the reflection of the window. Tain't bad. Just gotta get right down next to it, apparently. We'll figure this out. Thank you, Anna. This is a fantastic gift. And thank you to the store I bought it from. What's the name of the store that I bought it from? Pretty sure the store's name was Open. Thank you, Open. I look forward to getting more lights for you here soon, because this place is dark and needs a lot more light. If you guys have a ladder, by the way, I can't get to that light because I really need, and ladders cost like 200 euros. So, neighbors? Anyways, those are my thoughts on the creative career side of things today. Once we get to the actual measurable goal that we're trying to get to, of course, is about $2,500 a month on Patreon. That's when we're gonna pop that bottle on the far left over there. But until then, it does feel like we're really, I don't know, it feels like we're just careening towards a creative career right now, which is something that I've been working on most of my life, if not my entire life, which is both really exciting and somehow at the same time really terrifying. And I just feel like I should be honest with you guys about that, because honesty is the best policy. Just like Open, who told me about the scratch on this lamp before trying to sell it to me. Thank you. I didn't even get the name of the woman who was helping me. I don't know, I was very sociable with everybody in there, but I didn't get names. The French don't really do names quite that directly though anyways, so it's within cultural bounds. I'm gonna go eat now because I'm hungry.